Hello everyone, welcome back to Analytical Guy. In this video, we will talk about Power BI MCP servers using Claude. Earlier, we saw how to connect Power BI MCP server using VS Code, right? So that's where we interacted the VS Code to Power BI desktop so that you can make the changes being inside VS Code itself and not going in desktop file. Right, so same concept, but we will use Claude in this particular video. We will do all kind of setup, all kind of blockages that comes into the picture when you're doing setup. So we will walk through all those things, and then when not to use MCP, that is a very important stuff. And then finally the security. So we will talk about all these things in this particular video, so stay tuned. First of all, so Claude is large language model. It's like a brain of all the things that we are doing. It thinks. MCP is a connector, right? And Power BI is the data source here, right? So MCP is a connector. That's what we will be downloading from GitHub repository given by Microsoft, right? So before we do the setup part, first let me give you a glimpse of what is Claude. Claude is a large language model by Anthropic. You can say that Claude is an AI assistant that helps you think, write, and build better, especially when working with data and tools like Power BI. So there are 3 stable releases. So the latest one is Claude Haiku 4.5. So it's your choice, you can use either of them. So Sonnet is good. I have been using Sonnet 4.5 for a while, and yeah, it gives me good results. Alright, so now let's talk about the setup. So if I expand here, so I have this link which goes to the GitHub, and this is where we have all the information given by Microsoft. Right, so if I scroll down, there is an installation guide, and this is what we use for the previous video. Right, in this video I'll use manual installation. So this is a very straightforward. I mean, there are a few tweaks, but I'll walk you through, and hopefully you'll also get with this one. So the step 1 is downloading the latest version of VSIX file. So I've already downloaded. So if I go to downloads, I have this file. So second step is to rename the downloaded file into zip, right? So if I go to the folder and right click and rename, then instead of VSIX, I'll just say zip, and yes, I am sure. Alrighty, yes. So this is created as a zip file. Now third is unzipping the content to a folder of your choice. For example, C drive MCP servers, and in that Power BI modeling MCP. Right. So if I right click this and extract all, and if I browse, and in C drive I have MCP servers folder. So let's add everything here. So I'll select this folder, click on extract. So this will extract and give me extension. I'll go in extension, and I'll also go in server. And this is where I have Power BI modeling MCP application. If I double click on this, this is where I'll get the code. This is the JSON configuration. I'll copy this. All right. And I have to paste this in my config file. Right, so if I go to Claude now, if I select Claude, open it, and expand this, what just happened? Yeah, if I click on my name, I'll go to settings, and now in developer mode, there is an option of edit config. So this is what we want to create, right? So I'll just click on edit config and click on the Claude config file. It will redirect me to the VS Code, and this is where I have to paste the newly created, right? So if I paste this, Control S, so it is saved. I can close this, I can close this as well, and now this should change, right? And now if I close this, now if I open Claude again, and create a new chat, let's see if it works. Otherwise I'll show you what's the reason behind it. Connect to Power BI desktop file named dashboard of AJ. Alright, allow once. So it's checking all the local instances available. Alright, awesome. So it found the local instance, so it is working. Awesome. So this is all good, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I'll just go here and go to settings, and in developer mode I'll click on edit config file. Right over here in VS Code, so this is a server and we have Power BI modeling MCP. The command is C drive MCP servers extension, everything is good. So this is where my MCP application resides. So arguments have start, so you can add more, but this is good to start. This is one of the line which you need to change. So if I go to my notepad, so if you just add this type as stdio, standard input output, this should work for you. If it's not working, right? So I'm not saving because it's already working for me, but this is one of the hacks which I've seen it works. All right, so now that we have connected Claude successfully, now we will try to connect to the Power BI desktop file. That's the main thing that we want, right? So I'll just type in connect to Power BI desktop file named dashboard of AJ. So we have 3 models over here: Opus 4.5, Sonnet 4.5, Haiku 4.5. So currently I'm using Sonnet, which is good enough. I'll just press enter. So let's see what happens. So it says I'll help you connect to Power BI desktop file, allow once. So it is checking for available local instances, and it says great, I found your Power BI desktop file, now let me connect to it. I'll say yes, allow. Now it says perfect, I have successfully connected to your Power BI desktop file. Amazing. So what I'll say is, just to clarify, just to be sure, hey Claude, tell me or show me, or better to list all the measures that we have in this report. So if I go back to the dashboard, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 in these, and then we have multiple measures in this. So we have more than 10 measures, so ideally it should list all these measures here. So yes, allow. All right, so it says general measures are 8. That's what we calculated or counted. In box plot measures we have these many measures, so that's great. So total 18 measures are there, with 10 of them organized in box plot. All good. So now you'll see these are some of the highlighted text instead of this, because we have these measures defined as number of, like with the pound sign. Because of that, it is showing you with the highlighted text over here. All right, so now that we know that it's connected, we can easily rename or easily add the description. For example, if you hover over here, there's no description, just like we did in VS Code. We'll say add the descriptions for all the DEX measures in Power BI file. Let's see if Claude adds it directly, or it asks me for some suggestions. So I'll say allow. Okay, so it has already given descriptions here: number of customers impacted, total sum of all the customers interrupted across all outage events, all those things. So I'll just say allow, and it should update in Power BI file. You can see all the descriptions are changed and it has updated. I find Claude to be much faster, and like performance wise I feel this is much better than VS Code, but that is more like that is official from Microsoft, and again, VS Code is a Microsoft product, and connecting through that can be nice. Plus it depends on which model you use, so accuracy definitely depends on that. So currently I'm using Sonnet 4.5, which is absolutely amazing in terms of coding and all those stuff. But if you're looking for general conversation, so you can use GPTs as well, other related to ChatGPT or any other LLM. So you can see here everything is updated, right? So one more thing, interesting thing which I found. So let's say I want to change it to from hash to just type in text number of. So it should be number of event types. For example, if I just change it here, I'll just type in number of. Off is already there, so I'll just press enter. So everything is good, nothing changes, and I can see number of event types coming here. So I still have 3 asterisk measures. So I'll just say it to Claude, hey, can you rename all the dex measures, replace with number. Let's see what happens. So I'm just essentially saying, instead of asterisk, just type in number. So number of customers impacted, number of LGA locations, number of outages. It says transaction was rolled back due to error. Let's say now it has successfully renamed 3 out of 4 measures. Let me check what happened with number of event types. So it is not able to understand because initially it was saved in its memory that number of event types was asterisk, but now it is already number because I changed it, right? So it has already done. So you'll see everything from asterisk has changed to number. But if you see, surprisingly, everything is not working now. Like you'll see over here, it says fix this, fix this, fix this. So essentially what's happening, so these visuals are referring to the older object number of customers instead of referring to the new one. So this is one of the biggest drawback of using LLMs for these kind of work. So if you rename, even if from VS Code, the same thing happens because it's referring to the old measure, right? And we have renamed it to the new one. But if you do it from here, if you just rename from number to asterisk, this is being connected to the same object. So this is where I would say working on Power BI file directly has more benefit than using LLMs to make your life easier. So it's quite opposite. Sometimes it can be very difficult for you to roll back and all those stuff. So my suggestion would be not to rename bulk renames essentially in Power BI because from VS Code or Claude, because if you're doing that, so this is what happens, the referencing changes, and description is fine because descriptions are like static text, and those are not being referred from anything, so those are safe. But anything which is being referred by any other object, so those objects should ideally be updated in Power BI file itself and not be done through a Claude or VS Code. Right, so this is one of the biggest drawback I would say, and maybe there would be some updates working on this. But yes, for now we are able to update, we are able to make documentation as well. So everything you can think of we can do from Claude, and I would say for coding purposes Claude is one of the best. Alright, so there are a few more tasks where you should not use MCP. So this is not a replacement for learning DAX. So if you say, hey, now that we have AI enabled Power BI, no need to learn DAX. If you think that way, then your life is going to be very tough if you're a Power BI developer, because I mean, AI can assist you, but performance wise, if you know DAX syntax, the way it has been handled, the experience that you have, which formula, which function gives you better performance and whatnot, so that will be very helpful. Otherwise, if you are just leaned on AI, then the reporting performance can take a hit, right? Similarly, not for auto building business logic. So this is where the human need is still there, right? So this should not be replaced. Not for bypassing governance, not for live production write access, and not for renaming DAX measures. So this is what I explained before this. So these are some of the tasks I would say should be done by you, or take an assistance from AI, but the brain behind it should be you. All right, and coming to security part, so Claude itself runs in the cloud, right? So if you are connecting Claude to Power BI desktop, so essentially everything is going in cloud, which means it is going outside your local desktop. That means your data is not safe. So only the data you send is shared with Claude. MCP stays local, but prompts sent to Claude leave your machine. Best practice, use anonymized or non-sensitive data. So if you're working with clients data or something which is PII, which are personal information sensitivity data, those should not be exposed to Claude for the known reasons. Alright, so this was it in this particular video. If you have any questions, if you are trying to solve any particular logic in Power BI or related field, just let me know in the comments below. And also please subscribe if you are new to this channel. I'll be creating more videos on such topics in the near future. Thanks a lot for watching this video.